Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Just Getting Started. I'm your host, Devin. We left off on our Torii gate with putting in edge loops to make this all crisp and clear with the posts, lintel, and this peg right here. So all of this has been crisp and made clear so that it's not as curved and as organic as what's up here. So we're going to continue this method of putting in edge loops on this top bar to get it to look more like a Torii gate. So remember, if you press 1, you have hard surface rendering, so you get straight edges, nice crisp edges. If you hit 3, you get soft shading or soft smoothing, and this is what is used in game engines, film industry, stuff like that. You want to make sure that you have 3 view setup, so smooth shading setup as you finish up your models, because this is what they're going to use in their engines. Okay, so let's continue on with the top. Alright, apologies. Sorry for the yawn, man. Okay, so as you can see here, we put in these edge loops, this one right there and this one right here. If we press 1 again to go back to our normal view and zoom in, this little edge right there, we put that in, and we did that by going to Mesh Tools, going down to Insert Edge Loop. And you can put in these edge loops to make things a lot more crisp and clear. We've got some over here, some there. Now we're going to be putting it on these two, on this one and this one. Now, because we've already put in the bevel up here on these, we don't have to worry about these lines in particular. We just need the overall silhouette shape of these top 2 beams. So we're going to focus on this side and this bottom beam for today. And if we have time, we'll come up here. Alright, so go ahead and hit Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop. And just like before, we want to just get the edges. So get that side there, bring it down, get that side there, bring it up, and get about there. And then if we hit 3, and we get this nice crisp edge. Now if you have Insert Edge Loop selected, you get this nice silhouette ring to show you where the 1 view is at. So the hard smoothing, or the hard shader view, is this outline, and then the soft shader view is this kind of eclair looking thing, or this long doughy roll thing. Alright, so back up a bit. That's looking really nice. Now we'll tackle the top one. And then we'll hit 1 again to get that view back. And click on the top. Put it in. Click over here. Put it in. Click over here. Put it in. Awesome. Solid. That looks really good. And then we'll hit 3 just to go through. And then right click, hold object mode. Alright, as you can tell, we kind of get like a softer edge right here. And that's okay. You can easily just come back in, select this, go into Mesh Tools, Edge Slide, drag with middle mouse button to slide. So click and hold, and you can press it further out, smooth it out. It doesn't really matter. It's really up to you. I'm going to leave mine the same. I kind of like that slightly curved edge. Yeah, it kind of gives it a worn look. I like it. Alright, we're going to hit number 1 again. If you want to, you can always add in more lines here, just to give it that like feel, that space. And in fact, I think I should, because I didn't do across this top. So let's do that. Let's get it, insert edge loop. Yeah, there we go. Across here. Boop. And then if we hit 3 again. Oh yeah, much better. Now, you'll notice that we put this loop right here and this loop right here, but we haven't done it on this side. I'll show you. See, these sides are missing, so don't forget to do that on both ends. And then hit 3. Perfect. Perfect. Look at that Torii gate. How nice. If you don't want to select it to see all the green, because the green can be rather distracting, feel free to come up here to these objects and hit this Q button. This is called wireframe view. So wireframe shaded. And you can see all of your lines and how they interact with your Torii gate. Pretty awesome. Okay. Solid. I dig it. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tackle these. I said in our last video that because of us putting in a additional edge loop here, it would stop at the base. It would stop right here and it wouldn't continue. It's because we have 3-sided polygons down here, triangles. Now we don't want to do triangles. Now I'm going to teach you 2 ways to do this. Both ways are fine. It really just is dependent on you and your style. It doesn't matter what you choose to do, but your ultimate goal is just to get 4-sided polygons everywhere. So here we go. Right click, edge mode, hit Q just to be safe. I'm going to turn off that wireframe view and I'm going to come up here. Okay, now the easiest way, let's hit 1 again, is you can just click every other line and then hit the delete button. Right click and hit vertices, and now you have 4-sided edges. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta-da! And like it works. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have 4-sided. You can come in and the edge loop will follow along and you'll be good to go. But it looks like it still stops there. So let's figure that out. That is something different for the fact that it's stopping across the center, and we want to fix that. Hit Q to deselect. I actually want to go in and I want to bring those lines back in. I don't want to worry about them. So we're going to hit right click, vertex face. Let's figure out why those aren't working. Come on in, let's do vertex. I'm going to click one and I'm just going to pull it away. Aha, there we go. There's our problem. We had these separated at some point. You're right, we did. We separated them because of texture and because of material type. And that is okay. We're gonna be doing that just fine. So, because they're separated, and I just want to make sure that I can check this other side. Yep. Cool. So they're separated. We're going to come in here to the side view, go into face, just select just under so we get both of them. Hit F just to make sure. Cool, bring them down. Perfect. Control Z. Okay, we're going to come back in here and we're going to come up here to mesh and we're going to hit separate. Alright, now what this does is this now produces 3 different mesh objects, which is fine. That's exactly what we want. That's perfectly fine. We're actually going to do the same thing with this top bar, because if we recall, this top bar is a different texture. So we want it to be a different texture. So we're going to throw that in here. So actually put that back in center. Hide this, come up here, and we're going to do face select. And try to do it the same way. Get all of those. Hit 3 because I know I missed this bottom set right there. Yep. I know I missed it. Cool. And then I missed all of this. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever hold shift and middle mouse button because you'll do this weird extrude thing. We don't want that. Alright, select everything. Oh, and what I did there is I clicked on one and double clicked on the next one, and it selected that whole row. You can even see there, whole row's been selected. Okay, we're gonna come over here, we're gonna go to mesh, and I don't think I want to separate, I want to edit mesh in the top bar, go down to detach, and then hit mesh and separate. Bingo! Alright, so now we'll do object mode, hit 5. So we have our Torii gate, main, base, pillars and posts and lintels. We have the top cap, and then we have both bottoms. Now both bottoms are going to be the same material, so I'm just going to double click them both and hit mesh and hit combine. Okay, as you'll notice over here in the outliner, we get this kind of arrow with a rectangle. These are groupings. I don't like to work with groups all too much because they make things confusing, especially on models. So I'm not going to use these groupings because it's just infuriating. So I'm going to select these two poly surfaces. In fact, let's name them first. This will be Torii gate cap. This one is Torii gate. Well, what should we call this? Just main? Yeah, main. And then this one is Torii gate foundation. Right? The foundation seems too like centralized. What is Torii gate base? There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to select the main and the cap. Middle mouse button, click and hold, and we'll drag them into Torii gate so that they're right here. In fact, I want them out of the Torii gate, so we'll drag them below. Okay, then we'll take all these, hit Control D to duplicate them, and the reason I duplicate them is now they don't have any history and they won't carry over these weird groupings. Now we'll come in here and we'll hit delete. Okay, now we don't need these guys because we duplicated them without the history. And we'll just take off these ones because that's how Maya works. When it makes a duplicate, it puts a number after the following. Alright, so let's grab the cap. Can I move it? Perfect. Okay, now we'll do some quick cleanup before we continue. So to clean this up, to make it a little easier for us to deal with as we continue, we'll select all of them, come up here to edit, go down to delete all by type, and delete history. Now what this does is this removes any past tweak or nudge or action that we did that could potentially cause this to break down. And well, what I mean by breakdown is it could cause your mesh to deform and to twist and bend in ways you don't want. So we're going to ignore that, and we're gonna make sure that we delete all of those past histories so that we don't have to worry about it in the future. Alright, with those deleted, select them all again, come up here to Windows, General Editors, go over and do Hypergraph Connections, and it's going to bring up this new screen. And what we're looking for is if it says poly, surface, shape, and then a number, we don't want that in this viewport. We're going to click on them if you have them and hit delete. I don't have them in my view because we did delete by type and deleted history, and so there are none in my view currently. So just saying, it's not required that you do that step, it's just helpful when cleaning up. Okay, let's come back to these bases and let's take care of those pesky triangles. And we're going to go into Edge and I'm going to show you the second way. The second way is a little more intensive, so if you want to do it this way, you can. I would normally just go in and delete every other line. It just makes it easier for me and I don't have to worry about things. Alright, on this one you're going to come in here and you're going to hit face, select all the faces you can on the bottom. So we'll focus here. Whoop. Select all these faces. Actually, I'm going to show you the easiest way. Nope. We're going to select half the faces. Make sure you don't hold shift and drag across, because you'll select through the object instead of just like this. So if I hit 5 and then hit select and drag across and then hit 4, I've selected half of the top part, and I don't want to do that. I just want the bottoms. So you can hold select and only once click and you'll be good. You haven't selected through the object, so please remember that. It'll be a lifesaver. So since I have half of them done, I'm going to hit delete. I'm going to right click, do edge, and I'm going to click this edge here and this edge here. Come over here to edit mesh and click bridge, and it'll bridge that gap. And we're going to do the same. Click this one and this one, hit G to repeat action, and we're going to keep going all the way across. G, G. Now when you get to here, you'll notice I'm still stuck with 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'll show you how to deal with that in just a minute. Oh, I'll show you how to deal with it now. There are 2 ways of doing it. You can either put in an edge loop right through the center, and now you have 4 here, or the easier way that I like to do is I like to come over here and I like to do mesh tools, go into multi-cut, hold shift, and just put in a little edge right there. Hit Q, go into edge mode, take this one and hit delete. Go into vertex and you'll see it's still there. You can delete this vertex because you don't need it. And now you have 4-sided here, but then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. So to fix that, just take this, move it over, hit F, move it over, take those 2, come up here to edit mesh and hit merge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's wrong. Never mind. Skip on that. We're not doing that one. We're just going to put in a edge loop across the front because that made 5. That made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Alright, let's finish up this other side. Delete. Edge. Take this edge, edit mesh, bridge, this side, G, this side, G, this side, G. Alright. Mesh tools, insert edge loop, hit about center if you can make it. I'm going to go right about there. Vertex, Q, actually I need edge. This one, this one, this one, and this one, and then we're going to go to edit mesh, actually just mesh, and then hit fill hole. And this will convert this into a 4-sided face. Hit G. There you go. That should make that a lot easier so we don't have to deal with any 3-sided faces. This looks like a triangle, but if you go into vertex, it's actually 4-sided. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's come over here and do it again with this side. I'm going to just delete all of them. And I'll go about it that way. So I'll find my center. I want these 2 to be my center. Edit mesh, bridge, and just follow the pattern. Be careful when selecting that you don't select like an inside one, because that could make things rather complicated, and it will actually form a polygon to the line you select. So if you don't want a random polygon just sitting in the middle of your grouping, I suggest be very careful when you do this step. Mesh tools, insert edge loop, put in that edge right there, go into edge again, hit Q, and we're going to focus over here. There we go. Mesh, fill hole, come on over here, click, 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 and G. Perfect. Now we have those in place. Cool. Alright, that will be the end of this video. Thank you guys for sticking around. As always, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Next video, we'll talk about how to get this set up so that we can make some pretty amazing textures, and then get our Torii gate looking nice and fine. And with that, we'll be making an advanced model and adding textures so that you can put this into a game or a film or a TV show. Alright, thank you all. Hope to see you guys next video. Take care.